Lasagna is one of those classic meals that I think pretty much everyone loves, or everyone's got a soft spot for it. It brings back so many memories. I know for me, the first thing I think about is my mum's lasagna. I absolutely love it, and there's so many memories around it. I just look forward to having it. Okay. But you know, for me, there are actually three great lasagna dishes. Okay, there's mum's lasagna, the classic, the pasta, the great rich dark sauce, the cheese, you know, excellent. And then you've got the twist on it, the penne lasagna with mushrooms, which is one of my favorite dishes, period, and I love making it. And I'm going to be making it on this channel in a couple of weeks to a month's time. If it isn't on my channel and you're watching this video in a couple of months' time, hit me up and let me know. And then the third lasagna is the lasagna that isn't quite a lasagna. It's the sweet potato lasagna with turkey, and this is so damn tasty, it's ridiculous. And what we've got is we've got sweet potato, which is replacing the pasta sheets. Okay, so it's a real twist on it, but seriously, this has so much flavor, so much going on for it. It's something, it's what I call a Sunday afternoon batch meal, and I will make a number of these, stick them in the freezer, and then every now and again I know that I've got this quick easy meal. All I need to do is stick it in the oven and I'm going to have something phenomenal to enjoy. Now, mastering it, as always with lasagna, you want to master a lasagna, you need to master the sauce. This is what people make the mistake with. They don't cook the sauce for long enough. Okay, so we're going to be doing that today, and we're going to be doing it in individual portions, which is another twist on it. So I hope that you like that. So let's cook. Cheers, buddy. So this is the shopping list that you're going to need to make this turkey lasagna. You're going to need some ground turkey, minced turkey that's got a bit of fat in it, because you want that flavour. And we're obviously going to build out this sauce with some vegetables, including a whole onion, a whole carrot, garlic, as much as you prefer, and then a load of these little button mushrooms. They just add so much depth of flavour. Then we're obviously going to put in our tomato passata, crushed tomatoes, some tomato puree. We're going to pimp it with some Leigh and Perrins and one of these bad boys. Now, this is a stock pot. They are so super handy. If you can't get one of them, obviously a stock cube. Then you're going to want some dry herbs, a lot of them. This is an Italian blend, it's got pretty much everything, but make sure that you've got basil and make sure that you've got oregano. They're the two real important ones. And then, of course, you know, we're going to be creating a white sauce. We're going to be using ricotta. That's what I think makes the best. We're going to be adding some parmesan. We're going to be putting a little bit of grated cheddar, and then we're going to be topping off these lasagnas with the mozzarella. Of course, you're going to need your seasoning, as well as some sweet potatoes. Now, I'm showing you 4 here, but I don't quite know why, but I only needed 1 because that was more than enough because of the way that I prepared them. So what you're going to need to start off with is dicing your white onion. You know, just make sure you get it nice and fine. These are just going to add depth. Do pretty much the same thing with your carrot. I like to peel it to get the skin off, and then we're just going to go ahead, cut it into battens, and then dice it into small little pieces. Now, these are going to be softened in the sauce over a long period of time, so it's not that important. The same thing with the mushrooms, just make sure you cut them into small pieces because they're just going to be part of the sauce. So you're going to heat your pan, put in your olive oil, and then throw in your vegetables. I always start with the onions. Just make sure that we cook them down a bit before adding the carrots. Do the same, just mix it all up and really start to soften them for, you know, 10 minutes or so. Once they have softened, we're going to throw in this turkey mince. I like to keep them separate.
And I like to keep them cooking. I don't like to take them in and out. So you can see here that I put them to the side. Then I'm just browning off that turkey. It's going to take a little while. Once it's done, mix it all together, and then again, this is what I do. I put it to the side so it's continuing to cook. Then I throw in the tomato puree. I like to just put that in the pan to cook off so it isn't too bitter. You know, just to cook it on its own, and then mix it through the mixture that we've got. We're going to grate in this garlic. I prefer to grate rather than cut. I think it's just easier and you get a better result. Then again, they'll stop what goes in. Again, I like to throw it on the base of the pan and let it melt on the heat of the pan, and it will just slowly dissolve before, you know, we're going to add in this passata, crushed tomatoes. That's what's going to give us you know, make it look really saucy. So you can see now I'm mixing it together. We're going to pimp it with the old Leigh and Perrins Worcester sauce. Then we're going to throw in an absolute load of this Italian seasoning, which is the dried herbs. We're going to mix that through as we've done before. Then we're going to throw in the mushrooms because, you know, they just need to be cooked. They don't need to be fried or anything. Then we're going to top this up with some filtered water. Now, it doesn't matter if you put in too much here because we are going to cook this, you know, for the best part of an hour just to really develop those flavors, and that water will, you know, reduce. So now we're going to make the alternative to the pasta sheets, which is the sweet potato. Now make sure you peel it. Make sure you get all of the skin, cut off the ends, and then really go really thin on your slices, because you can layer these up, do it as thick as you want, but make sure the slices are really you know, nice and, you know, thin. You can see how thin they are from the photos, but you can see how many I managed to get just from one. I got an absolute load, you know. So they don't need to be pre-cooked because they were cooking the sauce. But now we're making the white sauce ricotta. So you see, I just season it, and then I'm going to grate in the parmesan because we want to give it some beefy, you know, want to add that saltiness and flavour, real cheese, and just mix it up because we want to make it as, you know, more of a paste than how it comes. Now, I like to make these in individual portions. That's me. You know, that means everyone gets their own. You've got portion control, and obviously you can put them in the freezer as well. So these are like 500 ml foil pots. You want to cover. We're going to be doing 2 layers of meat. So put in, you know, a nice bit of meat there. Then you're going to cover this with these slices of sweet potato. Make sure you cover it. Doesn't matter if they, you know, they overlap or anything, because they will soften up and they will be great. Then cover it with our ricotta mixture. This isn't the easiest, you know, it's because it's not runny, it's still quite thick in its kind of cold state, kind of sticks and whatever, but once it's cooked through, absolutely lovely. So we throw in the second portion of the meat. Make sure you flatten it, and, you know, as we did the first time, we've got the layers of sweet potato, and we're just going to do exactly the same as what we did before. Make sure we've got a nice even coverage before we paste on the ricotta mixture. You know, just make sure, you know, you've got some near enough. Then we're going to top it with the mozzarella, you know, because this is what's going to give us more of a real, you know, crispy finish. We're going to season it, and then we're going to throw on a bit of, you know, cheddar, because why not? I always use the real extra mature stuff because, you know, I suppose I'm greedy and whatever. Then we're going to throw it in the oven, and we want to put it in there for about 45 to 60 minutes on around about 180 degrees Celsius. But the important thing is that you cook it until the sweet potato is cooked through. So get a knife, stick it in, and just make sure that it's really soft all the way through.
May I present the classic lasagna, but not as you know it. This is the sweet potato version with turkey, and look at this. Look how fantastic this has come out. It even looks like a pizza. That mozzarella that we threw on the top has done a fantastic job. And you know when you get a pizza and the cheese just sets, that's what we've got here. It's absolutely fantastic. The smells that are coming up from this, brilliant. I just know this is going to be fantastic. So we'll have a quick bite and we'll just dig in. I know it's going to be hot. I know it's going to be probably too hot. But you can see I've got sauce, I've got potato, I've got cheese there. That is lasagna. It is soft, it's smooth, it's sweet. That sauce that we cooked for well over an hour has broken down. It's got sweetness, it's got flavour, it's got all of those fantastic flavours of a lasagna. The potato just blends in with it, and it is just such a great complement to the sauce, to the cheese. And that ricotta, that is so super creamy. That is really, really good. Let's have one secondary bite. A little bit of everything there. I can see the mushroom, the carrots. That's a winner. Now, if that's not something you're going to add into your routine, I don't know what's wrong with you, because that is absolutely fantastic. If you have a go, let me know down below. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon for some more mastering at home.